It is truly over. And I mean, I know she's not Bravo, but right. She's not going to film with them. It's over.
No.
I really think this is it for them. I really
No, I know it is. I know it is because I
This
know
is their
Teresa.
last season. I'm going to say it.
Teresa was waiting for the chance to tell them to go F themselves. She was waiting for that chance.
All right,
So
talk
Fuda,
about Fuda.
I'm going to talk directly to Fuda because Fuda's friends are calling friends. They're all listening to us in Franklin Lakes, which is good. Thank you, Franklin Lakes listeners. Shout out to you. I want to tell Fuda and her friends, all the girls that are shouting out. Some of them are coming to my fashion show on February 8th. They're all getting tables together. I don't dislike you. When David and I talked about you, I gave you kudos. I report the truth. I know the truth is that you gave the tile and whatever else, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. If I was the Gorgas, I would have accepted it graciously. And if I were you and your husband, you've been wanting to get on the show for years. People are sending me that your mom was at my fashion show. Thank your mom for coming to the Porsche fashion show. That was a fabulous one. I got a little tipsy at that, but I had a great singer. You know, the one from Astro, she was singing that night.
Oh, she was there?
Yeah,
Wow.
she was. She was there singing that night. She was eventually on oh my God, what's the show with Gwen Stefani and
she was on The Voice? Really?
She was on The Voice. Yeah. So she sang. So anyway, her mother was there, Fuda's mom. I don't know if Fuda was there, Rachel, but with long story short, she's been a very long avid fan of the show. She even had a couple of Instagram accounts where people are showing us that she was following. She was a big fan. Okay.
They're saying she was Bravo lover. Now she's RHONJ News. That's what people are saying. These are her fans.
Well, she was Bravo lover. So for that, what you should have done, Rachel, I'm not saying that you should admit that you gave free tile. Maybe the Gorgas don't want you to admit that, which I'm sure they don't. But you were not driving in your car one random day, and all of a sudden, a producer called you out of the clear blue and said, "Oh my God, we need Rachel Fuda on this show." That did not happen. And for you to say something very silly little girl, don't say that. Don't say that. I'm going to tell you how you got on the show. Your son, Gio, was friends with a couple of the boys who introduced you. Not your son, Gio. No, let's back up. Melissa's son, Gio, was on the football team or whatever sports, and your stepson was playing sports. Through random friends, other guys, your son was introduced to Melissa's son. You, for whatever introduction, why, if you asked for it, whatever, and then you made friends with Melissa, and then as a smart person, you said to Melissa and Joe, "You're building a new house. Let me do all your tile." That's how you got the interview. You did not get on the show because of that. You got the interview. You got yourself on the show. You're a smart cookie. And now David and I made you relevant because no one knew who the hell you were and nobody cared. So now you're relevant. And that came from a couple of your cast members. How's that? You're relevant.
I agree with like all of it. Now, first of all, couple of things. Fuda, we have some words of caution again for you.
Caution.
You better remember, you better remember today, 2023, in 5 years, when you're still on the show, that you said you were driving in the car. Now, people are going to want to know what color car, where were you driving, who was in the car. Girl, when you lie, you better write it down. You better, because we have Melissa Gorga. We have Melissa Gorga with nose jobs and going on behind Teresa's back. Now, honey, I mean, really, girl? Because this lie is like, you started
ridiculous.
It now. Now you're driving. So I want to know the color of the car, the make of the car, the year, where you're going. What was the producer's name that called you? I mean, girl, have you learned nothing?
Everyone
you now
in your
have
town.
A lie. You have a whole story, girl, that you got to now spend years talking
to keep lying about it instead of telling the truth. The truth didn't have to be. Well, this is what my truth would be if I was Rachel Fuda. I would say my stepson and Melissa's son were on sports teams, and I met her through that, and we became friends, and she liked me, and she got me an interview. There's nothing wrong with that. She doesn't have to say what she did business wise, what she gave free, what she didn't give free, because that's nobody's business. But when you continue to lie and act like you're driving through Franklin Lakes, and out of all the Franklin Lakes women, you were the one that was picked. Girl, no, that's not what happened. And everyone in Franklin Lakes knows that. And they all want to come to my show. So, and they all don't like that you dumped them. As soon as you met Melissa, you dumped them.
I mean, when her son came home and said, I have a new friend, Jeff, she's like, I don't give a fuck about your friend. Then the next day, I have another new friend, Bob. I don't give a fuck about your friend. Leave me alone. I'm doing my nails. Then, another, I'm cooking the dinner. We're ordering out. Your father's going to be home soon. Then when he comes over, I have a new friend, Gio. Oh, I don't give a fuck about Gio. This guy, Gio Gorga. Gorga, excuse me. And then she's like, sweetie, come in here. Let's have some after school cookies.
Whoa.
I don't know how old these people are, but she's going to give the
14.
Cookies.
I think they're all 14. I think these boys are all 14.
She's like, tell me about this. Oh, really? And as Melissa comes to pick him up at the park. Guess what, sweetie? I really have been wanting to see one of your games.
Absolutely.
I'm going to come watch you tomorrow. Oh, hi. Hey, Melissa, hi. I want to introduce myself. I understand my son. Oh, my son is, I'm sure Melissa was sweet as pie, right?
Absolutely. Because they're new to Franklin Lakes again. They move back and forth. So they want their kids to be with the right kids. Yes. So that's what happened. And what David just said, we don't know if if she told the kid, we don't care about the other boys, because what I heard about Rachel was she was very nice to the a couple of the boys that did the introduction. She was very nice to him. So we're teasing about that, but we know damn well that when she heard that Gorga name, knowing that she was a big fan, there's nothing wrong with it. You're a young girl. You're allowed to be a big fan. You're allowed to be. Okay. So listen, David and I, although we have two different queens, I love Cher. He does, but he loves Madonna more. Don't know why. I know Cher. I met her years ago. I don't think she would remember now. It was many years ago. Okay. So talk to her on the phone. I love Cher. If someone said you could go on tour with Cher or you could become her stylist, which she certainly doesn't need me because she can rock it out, I would be like, oh my God, my dream is to go on tour. I would admit to it. I'm obsessed with Cher. Stop. Or someone else, whatever, some other big actress. Like, I love a couple of the new actresses that are out. I think they're great. I would love to be able to style them. I'm not going to say, oh, one day I was driving through Wayne, and out of all the people in the world, all the stylists, I was chosen. I was chosen to be Cher or whatever stylist. No, bitch. You knew someone who knew someone who knew someone, and you were introduced. Stop. No, it's not the way it works.
I'm shocked now. Right. And people are showing the pictures of her mother was with the man. She's like, I ran into Albie. Love my Albie.
Yeah.
He was a fan. You were a fan. That's okay.
That's okay.
Who is coming on these shows now? We have the same thing in Atlanta. I always go to Atlanta. I'll even go to Potomac. I have situations there. The new girls on Atlanta were fans. The new girls on Potomac. I mean, how could you be on the show without being a fan? You're living in the world.
But don't go around. Listen, I've been watching. They've been asked all the stuff that we say. Then people send in the questions, I guess her PR or whatever, telling her to answer them. She deny. But she's denying with an attitude. Like, oh, no. Oh, that's not true. Oh. Girl, come down your peg. You're not even seen on the show yet. And people are not liking you. They're calling you out already on lies. So, I don't get it. I don't understand your logic.
And girl, welcome to the game. You can't just deny and say, deny, it's my word against theirs. Honey, this is the big time. Yes. These listeners of ours, they find it all, girl. So whatever text you sent to someone or comment you made on Facebook, from 1999 or 2000. Yes. Sweetheart, girl.
It's coming out.
Deny. Honey, that's not how it works. So, right, she's denying with an attitude, and it's just,